Welcome to the second season of the podcast that we are doing about Juneteenth. And today we are going to be talking to Sandra Woodard from Galveston, Texas, who is going to talk to us about the Sneaker Ball, one of the activities that we have going on during Juneteenth. Sandra, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you all this morning.
So, the Sneaker Ball is one of the activities that you are in charge of. But before we talk about the Sneaker Ball, tell us a little bit about your background.
I am a BOI, a graduate of Ball High in 1970, a graduate of Prairie View A&M in 1973. I am proud to say I love Galveston, and I am excited about doing any activity in Galveston. Presently, I'm a member and been a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated since, 52 years now. And I am a member of Beta Phi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha in Galveston. And I've been there for seemed like a lifetime. But I'm a retired administrator for the city of Houston. But presently, I love doing activities in Galveston, Texas. My goal is to help any undeserving person any assistance I can give. I resided in Cedar Terrace for some years, but then we moved out of Cedar Terrace. And I want everybody to consider that Cedar Terrace is apartments. It was not just a project because majority of people who lived in my neighborhood have a college degree or administrators in the city of Galveston ISD. So it was a stepping stone for families to get out. So my family got out. I'm a family of 8, and 8 of us went to Prairie View. 1 went to TSU. 7 of us went to Prairie View. But I am so glad to still be actively involved in Galveston. Anything I can do in Galveston, I will try and do it to the best of my ability. I'm on the University of Texas Medical Branch Advisory Board, Community Advisory Board, and we met just this week. And it's just so amazing to how you can get into a location that you never thought you would be in, and you can find out so much more than life itself. Now that I'm involved in that, it makes me want to move to Galveston. I live in Galveston County. I don't personally live in Galveston, but I do everything in Galveston, everything. So presently, we are getting ready to do the Juneteenth Sneaker Ball. But that idea didn't come to me. Alex, who used to work for the park board, brought it. He said that you probably could do this with the whole Galveston Council of Greeks, and that all y'all working together could do a sneaker ball and bring people out to celebrate our freedom. So it was easy because if you don't know, aka Alpha Kappa Alpha was born at Howard University in Washington, but Galveston, and that was born in 1908, but established in Galveston in 1938. 30 years later, it was in Galveston, and it's been here now forever, but over 86 years right now. So I am so excited that our four sisters had ideals that we keep on going, and it's just so amazing to me how they had those ideals and they was going through pressure. Every time I think about how they accomplished what they accomplished, doing it sneakily or doing it just behind closed doors at someone's home to keep it going in Galveston. And so it just amazes me what happened in Galveston. So the Juneteenth Ball is on the 15th, and it's all the Black African-American fraternities and sororities that comes together and make this activity. My assumption, and you let me have my assumption, is all right, is back then after they were freed, they celebrated. Uh-huh. So my thinking of this celebration is for our freedom. And then they didn't have the high-class dress and the high-class shoes. They just came as they were and celebrated. So I figured that sneaker ball, when they came in with sneakers, that makes you have to put on heels. You can be comfortable like they were, and we can celebrate our freedom, and that's how I feel.
And so we've had several, haven't we?
This is our second year doing this. Last year, it was a great success with coming off of with the parts Galveston. They assisted us with some funds to help us get it started, but this year we're on our own. And I'm glad we're on our own because we can do it the way we want to do it, and we can get more people. And I'm so glad that it's on the website at Visit Galveston. And I've been getting calls from different cities like California. And just yesterday, Washington, D.C., was a group of 5 that wanted to purchase tickets. They're coming here, and they wanted hotel rooms. They wanted to stay or Airbnb. So we are working diligently to make this an activity that we can continue forever, and the people who come after us will continue in their own way. So we're doing it in our own way right now, because it might not be a sneaker ball. It could be a boots ball. It could be a barefoot ball. It could be a soccer. They used to do different things a long time ago with kids in school. So it's just what we're trying to do is to make us understand that it is our celebration. It is not just when you get together and just think about it. I just think hard about back in the day, how they did, how they survived, how they made it with little help, with little anything. So it's amazing.
To slavery and post-slavery.
It's truly amazing to me, because I'm from a family of farmers. They were in Brazoria, Texas. And my grandfather could not read or write, but he was in the service. So, but he was called Doc because he did the veterinarian on all the animals that they were sick in Brazoria. They brought him to him to work on. So that was amazing to me. He could not read and write, but he could save a life of an animal. So it's just, I don't know.
Well, I think those of us who have experienced Juneteenth all of our lives really understand with those who came before us, why we celebrate. And that's why we're doing these podcasts. You fit right in. You talked about your family as well. And in Brazoria, which is close to this county and area, many of the families came from the farms and settled in Galveston, Texas.
You're correct. My parents, both of the fence divided my parents' home, but they got to Galveston at different times, and they got here and made these children. But anyway, we still own that property in Brazoria, because they instilled in us that it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. So presently, when I was a child, Juneteenth was not called Juneteenth. It was called 19th of June. Uh-huh. I had a cousin, my father's first cousin was born on the 19th of June, so they called him 19 all his life. I never know his real name. If you ask me today, I know he's Nathaniel, but I do not know his first name because all I knew was 19.
Right.
We celebrated, and they celebrated by digging a hole in the ground, putting the barbecue on top of the ground, then made the fire down in the bottom, and we used to have a great time on the 19th of June. I got to be calling this Juneteenth later in life, but as a child, it was just straight out 19th of June.
That's correct. And many times I just remember the red soda water and barbecue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I keep remembering how I was teased about calling it soda water.
Yeah.
And,
in California?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So what do you think about our activities that we're having totally?
I'm excited about all of them because, we're all spiritual. So I'm so glad that Miss Johnson is kicking it off with the Juneteenth gospel. I'm so glad that Old Central is having two dinners, one at Central and then one at Ashton Villa, where actually the slavery was read there. I am so glad that the comedy show and our show is the same weekend, and the Shabazz dinner is on the same weekend. Mm-hmm. We're all trying to spread our stuff out in case people want to go to all of it. I am excited that people are excited in Galveston, but I'm more excited that people from other places, because you can bring money into Galveston. You don't have to have it just taken away. Because if I was to go to every activity in Galveston, I would be broke. So if you can bring in people to help with the cost of it, it would be fantastic to me to bring in people. So when my phone keep ringing from different cities, calling me that they want to come to Galveston. So I am excited that we wanted to make our sneaker ball a different thing than just coming to dance. We want to put an artist on show, black artists out there, put anything that we can, or vendors, black vendors that want to buy a booth and they come out and people can purchase from them also. I wanted to be more like what I would assume, not the flea market or not the farmer's market, but an activity where people could still purchase stuff from each other.
Right. And I think that we are experiencing exciting or new kinds of excitement. We celebrated because we thought that was it. And as I've said previously, I went to college and was in Los Angeles, and the 19th of June came around. I had to call home because I said, these people are crazy. They're not celebrating. And that was when I found out it was a Texas holiday. And so it's been exciting that we started off with Juneteenth being a state holiday and being able to celebrate. And now that it's a federal holiday, we want folk to experience Galveston because there's so many firsts in the city of Galveston. And I always say Galveston Island, Texas, because so many people don't realize that it is an island in Texas.
Yes, I agree with you. I get excited because, back in the day, when people don't know what a telephone book is, but in the front of the telephone book, they would put all the stuff that's in Galveston, like oleander is the flower and the trees, and they put everything, the first newspaper, they tell you everything that was first in Galveston, but was never the first high school that was in Galveston. It was never said that in that paper, but I found that out. It is so exciting to know that we have a lot of first things. First underwiring in Galveston was it for the state of Texas, because it was easy to do because it was island. It was cut off. Galveston to me, and when I was out of town living other places, I would tell them Galveston was kind of mapped out. They have blocks, they have street numbers, they have exactly, we used to say it was 16 blocks and 8 a mile. You go, I mean, it was certain things that you did because you learned that because you was in Galveston. So Galveston has a culture of its own that is not like the Caribbean, but it has a great culture. And all the people who finished or lived in Galveston as growing up see the difference. And we all are excited by it, and we would all love to move to Galveston, but that's another issue we'll talk about another day. But everybody talk about getting excited because we just like being in Galveston. It's just the atmosphere. When you wake up, the sun looks different. The wake up to bright light. You don't wake up to bright light like you wake up because the water and the reflection of the sun. Galveston is exciting to me.
And the moon at night.
The time over the water, yeah. It was
and
exciting.
The stars you can see.
You can see. You can lay on the ground and see the Big Dipper. And you can do all that.
Yes.
I saw all of that living in Galveston.
Yes. It's just, well, we have to tell Barkley that he's got to come and visit it at different times.
Yeah, we can tell Charles he can come. We can tell him he can stay. He does not make Galveston.
No.
And he can't not make Galveston. He can say, anybody can go somewhere. The first time I went to Jamaica and I saw all the devastation, I was crushed. My heart was crushed because people was living and I saw them. But that didn't make Jamaica.
No.
Everybody still goes to Jamaica. So,
Yeah.
I mean, tell.
So still come on down.
Saying, come down and stay a while.
Maybe we need to send him an invitation to get here for Juneteenth.
That'd be a good thing. Let him be the parade marshal. Tell him so he can see that we are happy and forgiving people.
That's absolutely correct. That's correct. So what do you think about you talked about how our streets are divided and so forth. What do you think about the food here? We have good food.
They have excellent food. Because I was from a parent that cooked all the time, so she always cooked. So when we got a chance to go out, we thought it was different. It was good, but it wasn't like hers, but we was excited. But Galveston have great food. I think about just this weekend at a meeting, we got all our food from Ophelia's in Galveston on Market Street. And those was the best green beans that we could have gotten. I just love what Galveston is giving everybody. And I love that part of town, and I love to entertain because that was a part of the entertainment district back in the day for part of Market. To me, Market was a Black
African-American area.
Yes, it was. And so there's a lot of things that was happening on Market. Everything from the shoe shine to everything was on Market.
That's correct.
So, yeah.
The first African-American hotel.
Yeah.
All of the businesses have the theater.
The Washington Theater. You know, everything was on Market.
That's right. It really was. And so one of the things that we're doing is trying to bring back or make folk understand the historical benefits of Galveston that African Americans really were the reason it was built the way it was during the time of slavery, when they helped build the buildings of brick. And there's ways that you can tell that the African American, the slaves who learned these things in their homeland, were able to bring back and be able to use in the city of Galveston.
It truly is. Galveston, even the brick-laid streets, you know, you don't have to say just the buildings, just the street part where we were out there in the heat, laying streets down for the city of Galveston, the first city. My parents used to say it was the free city.
Yeah.
They used to say that because they thought you can do anything in Galveston.
Yeah.
That if you wanted to do it, you could do it in Galveston. You had to wait. So I think Galveston has a very unique history. You know, the Carolines have a unique history. New Orleans have a unique history, where all the people that came into those different areas was uniquely, had to survive. They learned to survive where they were. So, because we didn't have the causeway, so they weren't going across the causeway. So they had the little train track, and the little bridge, that drawbridge that I can remember, and I'm a little old, and I remember the drawbridge. So it is Galveston. A lot of people who were young, the African Americans in Galveston, probably a lot of them didn't go across the causeway till they got to high school playing a football game.
I'm laughing, I understand.
I mean, they didn't go. It was a lot who just didn't get to see that. But now they have survived. They learn to survive with what you have.
Well, we thought that Houston was probably 3 hours away rather than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Tried to get there, yeah. Well, I thank you very much for letting us know about the Sneaker Ball, and that we know that the Greeks from Galveston, all of the Divine Nine, put it on. And so, will you tell them how much it cost?
We kept the price the same as it was last year. It's $85. You get a meal, dancing activities and everything, pictures, whatever you want to do at this activity. But it's just $85. And you know that food in Galveston at hotels is not cheap anymore because we had the pandemic. So the $85 is basically paying for your meal and a little bit left. But I just want you all to understand that this is not just so that we can have a party. This is a scholarship fund that we give to kids in Galveston County, because all of the Greeks are part of Galveston County Council, and we give scholarships to the Greeks. In fact, I was at Ball High last night, and we gave out our first scholarship for the summer, for this year of 2024. And then we'll give it to 7 more schools. So this is a scholarship fund. Plus, we give it to Old Central. We are excited about what's going to happen with Old Central if all of the African Americans could tie into that. Old Central is not by itself. It has history for a lot of people outside of history, because Black folks had to come to Galveston to go to high school, to finish high school in Galveston. It is not just a Galveston. It is an African American history that half of my family members left Missouri when they was in the 8th grade, because that's as far as they went, and came to Galveston to go finish high school. So it is important that we all understand that we give part of our money, a third of the money goes to Old Central Cultural Center.
Now, where are you having?
We're having this at Moody Gardens. At the Moody Gardens, we stepped up last year, and we're still stepping out this year. We're at Moody Gardens Hotel and Convention Center. It is so exciting to be there. And we have rooms at Moody Garden. If you want to step in Moody Garden, sleep in Moody Garden for a night, in fact, you live in the lap of luxury, you can step into the Hilton on 54th and Seawall. And then we have rooms at Holiday Inn on 33rd and Seawall. So you can call for any of those, and it'll be in the Greek name. And we're starting, all those rooms are going to start the beginning of June 8th. So you can book your room for June 8th all the way around, and you can still use the same name, and you can, we need to book them soon because we only have a few, because it's summertime in Galveston, and Galveston hotels are ridiculously high, but we got a block of rooms, so go and book your room today. Just use your credit card, block your room, and we'll be grateful for your assistance.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I know that everybody is excited. I know I'm getting my ticket very soon.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, thanks again for coming and letting us know about the Sneaker Ball and Juneteenth and about Galveston.
I just want to give accolades to my our president, which is Paul Bland, and he's Kappa. And I wanted to let you all know that we are all in this together. And if everybody could come, it's not a Greek activity, it is a community activity. Yes. So please come and show that we can still support each other. Thank you.